So this is the Intrepid in front of us. This is an aircraft carrier from the 1960s. I didn't realize I was running right into it here. They give tours of the Intrepid, and I took my dad on a tour. He was in the Navy in the 60s and actually was working on the sister ship of the Intrepid, and walked us through it and showed us, like, oh, this was my desk, this is where I sat, this is where my friend sat, this is where we slept, this is where we eat, which was really fantastic. Really cool. I'm gonna have to add some of that video. Oh, there's a bunch of school kids waving up there. Not waving at me, I'm sure. I did not realize that this street was going to take us north. So hopefully there will be a U-turn before too long. So yeah, I'm on a quest for more marble. And then the idea is that I'm going to buy a couple boxes from a different lot. We'll take a look at it and we'll return what we have to return. The other thing is, when you buy tiles from someone, they're not going to handpick the tiles. If some of them have more veining than others and you like part of it but you don't like the other part of it, they're not going to pick that out. You buy all of it and you can pick and choose, which means I pick and choose. So I'll be there when they're laying it out, and we'll pick and choose some of the tiles that look the best, and then return what we can. Now I have to plan for a restocking fee and a shipping fee to return tiles. So that's just part of the game as well. So we are at the Manhattan Cruise Terminal on 48th Street. So if you are to take a cruise ship into Manhattan, most likely this is the terminal that you will come into. And I do know that they pull out of here every Saturday at 4 o'clock. I know this because I sail a J24 on the Hudson River, and we are well aware of the cruise ship schedules so that you can stay clear. There's nothing more frightening than having a cruise ship come barreling down the river at you in a small little boat. And I think they also have other type of, like the Circle cruise, other type of tourist type cruises around here that you can take. The Intrepid also has a submarine part next to it that you can tour. I think it's well worth it. I thought it was really cool. Even though I grew up, I mean, Navy ships were my dad's office, so I'd been on them a lot in my life. But it'd been a long time, so I think it was really fun for us all to, you know, to tour. And if you're in Manhattan during Memorial Day weekend, the Navy sends up a number of different types of ships, aircraft carriers, battleships, destroyers, and they're all open to the public to tour. It's a lot of fun. It's called Fleet Week, and you'll see the sailors. You'll see the sailors in uniform walking around the city. It's a really sort of fun time. If you watch Sex and the City, they did an episode on that. We're talking about a big Fleet Week party. Even when I was single, I never found a Fleet Week party. It seemed to be like an urban myth, or I was just out of the loop. Sounded like fun. The West Side Highway has a running bike path that goes down almost the entire length of Manhattan. And all along its piers are all kinds of different attractions. So up here in this area is going to be all working commercial vessels. There's ferries, the cruise ships of all different kinds. Then I think we run into the helicopter pads. So if you were looking to take a helicopter tour, you could do that from here. If you want to go sailing, there's Hudson Sails. You can rent a kayak along here, biking, walking, and then we will be passing Chelsea Piers, which is a series of 5 athletic buildings, I believe. There used to be an equestrian tent, which is no longer. I'm sure there's horses somewhere, but I don't know where they are. I'll point that out when we get up there. This is the Javitz Center on the left. This is Manhattan's convention center. So if you come for a trade show of any kind, boat show, car show, gift show, it'll be in this building. And they do have extra exhibits on one of the piers. And we are approaching Hudson Yards on the left. Hudson Yards is now famous for, it's the end of the High Line and the Vessel. Let's see if I can take this off. Hopefully you can see that. So the Vessel is over there. It's a sculpture that you can walk up. I think I'm stuck holding this now. As well as all of these other high-rises. There's an arts and performance center called The Shed. And like I said, that's the High Line, the elevated rail track that is now a park. You'll find sculptures, nature, different attractions all along the way. In the meantime, there's still a lot of construction going on there. You can see the golf driving range ahead of us, the nets. They'll be coming into vision soon. And they are part of Chelsea Piers. They have a really fantastic driving range where you can hit golf balls from, I think, 5 different stories up. And they also have, maybe it's called like Top Golf. It's a screen and you hit the golf balls into a screen so you can feel like you're playing on real golf courses. They also have an ice rink, hockey. So you can go ice skating, you can learn to play hockey there. All the hockey leagues play. There's bowling, basketball, indoor soccer. And I know a lot of kids have birthday parties along there. I haven't been to Chelsea Piers in quite a long time. There's also a marina on the other side. There may be restaurants, and I think there's a couple of event spaces, so you might find yourself there for a wedding or a bar mitzvah, something like that. We are on like 22nd Street down to 18th Street. I believe there's also a film studio in there. A little bit of everything. This is a Frank Gehry building on the left. It's an office building owned by Barry Diller, I believe. So we've got to go down to U-turn and come back up. Luxury living here at 1 High Line. Interesting name. They made up that address. This is the entrance to the golf club. Pier 59 Studios. Pier 57, I'm pretty sure City Winery is in this building now. If it's not in this building, it's in one down. City Winery is actually an event space where you can watch concerts. And Pier 57, Lee for a long time, see there's cars out there. They wanted to use this space for like a food hall. Some chef had an idea of doing that. This building right here, there's a big NBC on the door, and that does not stand for NBC television. It stands for National Biscuit Company. And that is where Nabisco originated. They primarily were in what is now Chelsea Market. To do a tour of that sometime. And Chelsea Market was the home of the Oreo. Here's a better view. Better view of the golf range, and you can see a boat in the foreground there too, peeking through. The only problem I have with this driving range is that it faces west, so if you go in the evening, certain times of the year, you're hitting golf balls directly into the sun. And I found I was doing that too often, and it wasn't working out, so I haven't been in years. You just have to keep that in mind. If you went in the morning, you'd be much better off. So we have arrived at the storage unit, and we will pick this up on the way to our next location. Thanks for joining me on my commute.